Welcome back. Now in this lecture we are going to work on this form and make sure that this form can now be able to make the changes done by the user. That is to update their profile details and save back to the database. So on the profile controller, I'm going to create a new method which will handle all the logic for updating the user profile. So first, comment. So update the authenticated user profile. Then the method, I'm going to call this method profile update. In camel case, profile update. For now, just going to return a string, update my profile. Save. Now let's map it to this method on the routes file. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this one and change the method from get to post, because you're posting. The URL profile update. Same with name, the route name, which is profile update, and then the method is profile update. Next, let's copy this route name to the form action on that profile view. So this is the action. So route will be profile update. Now let's test it and see whether it can submit. So I'm going to change the name to John Doe. John Doe's update profile. So we're getting 4 not found. That is because let's refresh first. So let's submit again. Barack Obama update, and what I'm getting is 419 page expired. That is because we have not used the CSRF token. So CSRF is a security measure provided by Laravel, CSRF, which Laravel must make sure that whatever requests are coming from this form must be from authenticated user only. And just like I've said, CSRF is a security measure, and CSRF stands for cross-site request forgery. It is a type of malicious exploit whereby unauthorized commands are performed on behalf of an authenticated user. Any HTML forms pointing to post, put, or delete routes that are defined in the web routes file should include a CSRF token field. Otherwise, the request will be rejected. And that's what you've just seen. Our request has been rejected. So Laravel has to make sure that whatever requests are coming from any form that is pointing to the post must be from authenticated user only. So make sure you put that CSRF token field and then save. Let's see now. I'm going to go back, refresh. So let's try again. I'm going to change the name to, and then update. And as you can see, that request has gone through. Update my profile. That is what we have in the profile controller. So this means now that that request can go through. So let's go to that controller again. And this time let's get the request. And now let's save to the database. So I'm going to say save the profile updates. So first let's get the authenticated user. that is authenticated user, and then the username, request, I'm going to duplicate this, and this one should be email. We only have 2 fields. Next it's to save, user save. So once you save to the database, return back to that form. So once it returns back, it will return with a message, that is a session message, but you're going to do that later. So save. Let's see whether it can submit now. Go back, refresh, let's try again. John Doe's update. So we're getting this error that says class auth not found. So let's add that to this controller class. So use auth. Save. Let's try. Refresh. And as you can see, the changes have been done. So let's try another one. Micheni Andrew update. Now as you can see, the changes are being done. So we have some work to do, because let's say, for example, a user is making a change or making the changes with only a name with 3 characters. It can also be able to update. So we need to do some validation. So once we do those validation by using validation rules, and if those validation fail, then the user will be redirected back to the previous location with an error or validation errors telling him or her what to do, or telling the user what are the error or the validation errors that they need to rectify. So in the next lecture, we'll look at those validation and validation rules.